Welcome to your Canva module. My name is Maria and I'll be your facilitator today. Okay, guys, let's get into the 101 of Canva. And when I say the 101, I'm speaking of how do you create a post, a video, a flyer for your event. If you're an entrepreneur, perhaps you're launching a product or service and you'd like your potential audience to know this is what I'll be doing and this is the information for a specific event. Whatever it is, if you're an entrepreneur, creator, if you're an author, there is something here that you can use on Canva to create dynamic content for your pages. Okay, so let's just get started. The first thing I'd like to focus on is creating a post for an event. Okay, it's really easy. If you go to canva.com, you can follow along with me. Just look at my screen. You'll see in the address bar that I have already typed it in. You will be loaded to a home page. Okay, if you don't have an account with Canva, you can go ahead and sign up for an account. It's free. They do have a paid version as well, but we're just speaking today of the free version. Okay, and once you sign up and register, log in, you'll meet this homepage where you see Welcome E. Okay, all right. Now, we're going to search for the word event. And the reason why I'm doing this is because Canva has pre-built templates. The beautiful thing about these pre-built templates is if you are short on time or if perhaps you don't yet possess the expertise to create something from scratch, you can be inspired by one of their pre-built templates in order to create the content. Okay, so as you see, I've searched event and there are many different templates that have popped up. We're going to choose, I like this one here on Freelancing 101. Okay, so hypothetically, we're going to create an event flyer that will give your target customer, your audience, some more information on what your event entails. Okay, here we go. As you see right here, Freelancing 101, this is just the generic information populated into your pre-built template. What we're going to do is change out some of the information and perhaps make it a bit more appealing to what you like. Okay, so if you're logged in and you're ready to go, let's get started. I am going to change Freelancing 101. I double clicked so it highlights the font, the words, and we're going to choose something. Let's choose something fun. Let's say you're having a webinar and your webinar is going to be about the launch of a new product or service. Okay, so I'm just thinking of this on the fly. So let's go with, let's see, professional development webinar. There we go. Okay, this doesn't exist, of course. We're being very creative. So it's a professional development webinar, and this section here says featured Amanda Gibbons. You don't need this section. You can choose featured by yourself, but I'll just say here featured by Maria, which is my name. Okay, you could type your name or you can just delete this entire section, whatever works for you. Something important, a design a tip that you should take note of is a lot of persons, they would use this fancy font that's very difficult to read, such as this. You have to squint your eyes, put so much focus on what this small phrase is saying that you miss the whole point of the flyer. So I'll encourage you to choose a font that's legible, something that is easy to read, and it won't frustrate those who are looking at your content. Okay, so if I want to change the content, I just double click and highlight as I've done here. And right here where it says beautiful, because that's the name of the content, I will select the drop down menu and I can choose any of these. So let's see what Indica looks like. That's the name of this, featuring Maria. Okay, and you have something there that is a bit more legible. Personally, I don't really like the feel of featuring Maria, so I'm just going to delete this. I double tapped and I deleted. Okay, now do you notice the word Canva right here in the background, as well as on the picture of this device? Okay, this means that it's a pro image. Remember earlier I mentioned that you can have a free or paid version of Canva. So with the paid version of Canva, pro images will come as a complimentary part of your package. But with the free package, you'll have to pay for them individually. We don't want to pay for anything here, so I'll show you how to easily bypass this. Okay, so let's go to photos, and it's a webinar. So I'm going to search webinar. And these are all the photos. Now, if you notice this here, the crowns, the photo with the crowns are telling you these are pro images. So you'll have to purchase them individually, or you can decide to get a pro package. We're looking for the ones with no crowns, like this one that says free. Okay, so let's go down and see what we have. I kind of like this one and this one. So in order to see what it looks like, you just select it and drag it. Let it go. You see that? You can see the image there. Perfect. I think I'm going to use this one. Now, the next thing is Canva is still on this background image. So I'm just going to select, you see the square that highlights every time I go over that specific image? That is the size of the image. This whole square will move the image. So if I select it and drag it, do you see that? It's moving. Now I'm a bit more familiar with Canva, so I basically know where to locate an image like this for free. I'll show you how to do it. This is the left panel, which is the menu. It has templates, uploads, photos, elements, you name it. You'll find something like this image. Well, it's more of like an icon in elements. Once you select elements, it will bring up the first thing is the last icons or elements that you would have recently used. Okay, if you scroll down to gradients, that's what we're looking for. Did I pass it? I think I did. Let me see. Okay, let's take our time. We're looking for gradients, and there we go. You'll find all sorts of unique shapes. This here reminds me of this shape over here. Okay, it's close enough. So this is what we're going to do. You would have seen the color of this is a bit beige, close to white. If you select right here next to crop, you'll see the color. So we're going to delete this pro image so you don't get charged for it. There we go. And then I'm going to I'm not going to drag this image over like I did with the photo. I'm just going to click the image. And I'm going to use the 4 points to enlarge it. There we go. And I'm going to change this. This has 2 different colors. We're going to change it to the same color. This is about close to the beige that we had before. All right, and I believe the image was turned a bit more, something like this. Okay. Now, I'm going to move the image up. Don't worry. I know it obscures the view of the text, but that's fine. You're going to right-click, and you're going to say send to the back. There you go. You can continue to move it up, and there you have a similar shape, similar effect, and it's free. You don't have to worry about paying for it. Okay, if depending on the computer you have or device you're using, this photo in itself may look a bit small. But if you look down to the right, where I have my mouse, 37%, it's showing that it's only 37% of the actual size that we're seeing. So I'm going to put this a bit up to 40, let's say 50%. And that way I can see it much better. Do you see that? Great. So professional development webinar. And this came with a template, know the what's and how's to get started. That's fine. I would like to make this just a little bigger. So I'm going to double tap and change it from 16 to 18. There we go. And I'm okay. There's no option to bold. That's fine. I'm going to underline. If you click the 3 dots to the right of effects in the menu, this top panel here, there should be an option to underline. Perfect. Okay, now if you scroll down to the bottom of the image, this is basically the call to reserve your spot, and this is the date and the time. Now you can decide you want people to maybe email to, secure your VIP list. So you can have an email address here. You can put a link to your website here as well as a telephone number. So let's decide, what are we going to do? Okay, I'm just going to put my website, www.phillipsconsultinginternational.com. Okay, if it's a bit long, you can stretch the box out so it will fit. And what this basically means is I would like people to go to my website. Now, I will make provision so when someone goes to my website, they automatically see a link or a photo similar to this that indicates sign up here for the webinar. Okay, and this is the date, the 12th to 20th, 2020. Let's make this, okay, let's do it as February 02/01/2021. Okay, and we're going to put 12 p.m. and it's good to have the Eastern. Okay, because you may be reaching customers on the other side of the world, so they need to know, when do I tune in to this specific event? So always remember to put the time zone in which you'll have your event. And there we have our post. Now, there are many things that you can do with this post. You can change it into a GIF. You can animate it, like right here. If you select animate, there are different things that you can do. If you block, it will move the words. I kind of like that. Do you like that? I like that. Okay, you have fade. Okay, pan. There's so many options. Okay, I think I'll stick with pan. What you do once you're finished, you can head to download, decide how long you want your image to play out for. So it's an animate. It will run for 5 seconds according to this default setting by Canva before it reloads. I want more time. I want persons to be able to actually go through the information in the flyer. So I'm going to give them 20 seconds. Enter. Done. So the image will play for 20 seconds. And if you would like to see what your image would look like, we'll just press play here as a preview. Do you see it? And they'll be able to read until the 20 seconds is finished, and it will reset to the beginning. You have a still image here, so it's not like it's an entire video, so it works out. Okay, if you have any questions, please post it in the comments. And if you try a post similar to this on Canva and you'd like to share it with the rest of the group, feel free to also post that in the comments as well and share. Okay, let's move on to the next module.